have between 60 and 65 faculty every summer who work very closely with about 120 to 140 students each summer in very close, intimate research opportunities.
Where we're looking at false memory. False memory is when you have this memory of an event or a detail that never actually occurred.
Basically what I'm researching is the Tennessee Williams play The Night of the Iguana, in which I will be performing this fall.
We are looking at frogs and how they can regenerate their optic nerves after injuries.
I'm researching spider glues. So they're proteins that are used to hold the web together and capture their prey. So I'm trying to figure out the DNA and protein sequence that makes up a type of glue that they use.
Simultaneous localization mapping is where a robot is put in a situation, put in a room, and it tries to localize itself to the environment. It tries to make itself home.
I've been looking at the Great Wall of Los Angeles. It's this half-mile-long wall in LA. Covers the history of California from prehistoric times up to the 1950s.
This summer I'm researching the deformation of the Antietam Formation. It's a rock type that makes up stuff you see at Devil's Marble Yard, and it's all along the Blue Ridge front.
So what we're trying to do is look at a way to promote regeneration of the eye and the structures of the eye. And the way we're doing this is by investigating regeneration in a certain species of frog. And we hope that by identifying which types of genes and which types of proteins are involved, we can compare it to the response in humans. Then maybe by activating those genes in humans, we can promote regeneration.
What we're working on is where we're looking at how pesticides affect the development of spinal neurons. It was really tough in the beginning because I didn't really know what to expect and wasn't really prepared for it, but as the summer got on, I realized kind of how much responsibility I have and how much control I have over the project, and I love it. It's been a really cool experience. I doubt a lot of other students at other universities kind of have the same opportunity as what I've gotten.
The students come in and really from the first day they have the chance to work very closely with the faculty, with our tenure stream, full-time faculty. And this is really one of the great things that you can get at a small residential liberal arts college that you really can't get at the large research universities. If you go to a massive state university, they have great research programs, but the faculty are working with their graduate students and their fellowship students, and the undergraduates are often going to be left behind.
There's no syllabus, there's no grade you're working for. Honestly, you're working with your professor and he's on your team. You're all going for the same results and you're working collaboratively.
You really get to know your professor on a whole nother level. They really, really do care about you and your life and how what we're doing this summer is working into my future plans. I would love to continue on doing research, and my professor here is really committed to helping me get there and helping me do that research in the future.
We really get close to the teachers we're working with. I feel like Dr. Watson has been very good as a mentor towards me and taught me a lot about not only what to do in the lab, but how to design an experiment and how to think and how to troubleshoot and find any problems you're having and find the best way to fix them.
And of course it's a good partnership. Our faculty are doing real research every summer. And of course during the academic year they keep their research going, but it's the summer when they have those 3 precious months to really crank out their research before the obligations of the teaching schedule start again. So the students working with the faculty are partly performing a real service. They're running the data, they're doing the numbers, they're doing a lot of the research work that the faculty depend upon in order to do their publications.
It's different because Kiefer can kind of go and do his own thing, and I can be working at the same time. We can overlap at moments, but I feel like there's a real joint effort going into the production of the technology that we're using, so the actual application that we're using, and then the content as well. Kiefer has already figured out what the source is for that particular image of Charlie Chaplin. So now another student can go on and dig even deeper into the imagery and provide an even larger context for it. So it can be, truly a collaborative project between Kiefer and myself, but later on between other students and maybe potentially a greater public as well.
So during the summer, something that is fun to witness every week is when the students get together on usually a Wednesday and Thursday for our brown bag lunches. And so what they get to do is they present the research that they've been working on all summer. The enthusiasm is matched across all these diverse areas.
It wasn't the professors that got up and gave these presentations. It was presented fully by the students for not only science people, but English professors, econ professors. Everyone's there, really supporting everyone else.
But you really do, I think, experience the liberal arts, the liberal university model here, where you've got all these folks from different parts of the university studying different things, and they all have to learn both A, how to undertake rather discrete, discipline-specific research, so they need to learn to talk the talk and learn the language and sound like an expert. But on the other hand, if you're going to get out of the lab, if you will, get out of the library and talk to other people, then you need to be able to speak to your research at the level of, say, the New Yorker or the editorial page.
The thing I think that people think is like, well, we just do nothing but teach, which is really untrue. I mean, I've kind of actually been surprised at the amount of research I've been able to do. I think the difference at a place like W&L is that it's just completely integrated with your teaching.
The faculty are teaching them research methods, responsible conduct of research, what it means to do research with human subjects, with live animals, out in the streams and the rivers, gathering materials, running data, learning how to access massive databases run by governments or private corporations. So the students are they're learning the subject matter, but they're also learning skills, certain research skill sets that are going to open doors for them as they leave Washington and Lee and go out into the corporate world.
So something I like to focus on during the summer is it provides an opportunity for students to learn a team-based work dynamic. I really attempt to create a sense of interdependency for the lab. And what that does is that gives them experience of what they will likely see when they get out of here. So in the next step, they're going to have to work in a team. And so whenever they turn something into me, it's a joint product. So there may be someone who takes lead on a particular project, but it is always something that they are jointly working on. And so the skills they develop during that summer and the camaraderie that comes from it is something that's very fulfilling to witness, and I think fulfilling for the students as well.
Again, the great thing about summer research and this sort of project was that I got to sit here working with two great students, friends now. I mean, we spent the summer working together and just dealing with really difficult questions that no one else is really messing around with. They really were sort of serving as graduate assistants. I'd say, go off and read this stuff and find some stuff, you bring it to me that I haven't read yet, and I'll read this and we'll talk about it and we'll begin to build this paper and this project.
Here in the undergraduate level, we are able to give the same type of program, but with undergraduates. In those graduate programs, if we were to be doing the Night of the Iguana, the part of T. Lawrence Shannon would be going to a graduate student, no question, because that type of thing, he probably would be doing the same kind of study. But it is something that Washington and Lee and others of our peers can offer that those big schools can't, for undergraduates, that is.
The closer the students work with the faculty, the better they're able to learn what the faculty know. But also, the faculty serve in a way as kind of intellectual and ethical role models. They're showing the students what it means to live a life of the mind, what it means to be excited about ideas, what it means to be passionate about art and culture and speakers and laboratory experiments and all the things that really comprise a meaningful life and a flourishing civilization. So when we talk about the liberal arts college model and about a close relationship between faculty and students, it's not too grandiose to say we're really talking about what makes civilization flourish. And really that's what a great Washington and Lee education is all about.